Alright guys, I'm here with part 2 of my simulation for Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, the match, the main event for WrestleMania 31 this Sunday. Now, as far as my prediction for this match and why I picked Roman Reigns, so here's the thing. First off, a couple days ago I thought this match was extremely easy to predict, as I said in part 1 of this video. But then, and of course, the reason being is that there were all these rumors that Brock was going to leave, his contract was ending soon, and that maybe he was going to return to the UFC. And of course, after that interview on ESPN, he went ahead and confirmed, well, not after the interview, but during the interview, that's what he was there for, he confirmed that he was staying with the WWE and he signed a new contract. So with that, now, there's a possibility of Brock retaining that championship because he's staying after WrestleMania, he's not leaving. So, that definitely makes the match at Mania, more interesting and more unpredictable. But at the end of the day, I still think that Reigns is going to walk away of Mania as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. You see, they've just, they've pushed Reigns so much over the past, I'd say, year. If you look back at the past year, really, Reigns, since splitting up with the Shield, it's like everything led up to this. Not even just after, he split up with the Shield, but while he was in the Shield, he was obviously booked as the strongest member of the Shield, where he would oftentimes win the match for the Shield. The matches the Shield would win would oftentimes end after a spear from Reigns. And if you look back at some of their most popular matches, like the Wyatts versus the Shield, the Wyatts took out Seth Rollins, they took out Ambrose. The only one left was Roman Reigns, and he put up a fight until, of course, Bray Wyatt ended up hitting him with Sister Abigail and won the match. And then you look at their match with Evolution, the second match, for instance. Was it Extreme Rules? No, the second match was at Payback, where they took out, once again, Evolution took out Seth Rollins, they took out Ambrose, and for a while it was Reigns versus the entire members of Evolution, and Reigns still put up a fight, but, he did get, beat up by kendo sticks, but at the end of the day, he won the match for the Shield with a spear at both Payback and Extreme Rules. And then once they split up, actually I forgot about something, man, when the Shield were at Survivor Series, and they faced off against what team was it? I don't know, it was a team of Rey Mysterio, Cody Rhodes, Goldust, and a bunch of other faces. The other members on Roman Reigns' team got eliminated except for Reigns, who ended up eliminating, I think, 3 people in the end to win the match for his team, being the lone survivor. And then the Royal Rumble match, not this one, but the 2014 Royal Rumble match, he goes ahead and sets the record. He breaks Kane's record that Kane's had for years. Kane was the record holder for most eliminations in a single Rumble, with 11. And then Reigns goes ahead and eliminates 12. He doesn't win the Rumble, but he comes in second and is the last eliminated. And then after that, he goes ahead and faces off against Randy in his first one-on-one pay-per-view match at SummerSlam and wins. He then goes ahead and makes his return at TLC, and he makes it in a big way by getting involved or helping John Cena win his match against Seth Rollins. After that, goes ahead in the Royal Rumble match, and although he doesn't surpass his previous record, goes ahead, of course, and wins the Rumble match. And that's when the fans, of course, kind of turned on Reigns. Or you could say a couple weeks before that, because there were some Roman sucks chants or Reigns sucks chants on, I think, the Raw before the Rumble or the one before that. And, so the fans were wanting Bryan to win. Not just Bryan, but Bryan, Ambrose, some other fan favorites. So they end up having Reigns versus Bryan. And there were some rumors that maybe it ends up being a triple threat match. So there was, an opportunity there to make it a triple threat. If Reigns and Bryan ended in a no contest, let's say, or a double countout or something like that, probably a no contest, then it could have been a triple threat at WrestleMania. Bryan, Reigns, and Brock. At no point did I think Bryan was going to beat Reigns at Fastlane. I was thinking either Reigns wins or it's a no contest, and of course, Reigns won. So And let's not forget, he is also now at the ending of the Raw opening. Now, to some of you, that might seem like, something minuscule, like what does it matter that he's at the end of the opening or whatever? What does it mean? Well, for the longest time, the guy that's ended the Raw opening, or the Raw intro, has been John Cena, the top guy, the top face, the face of the WWE, and it was for years. And now they've replaced him with Reigns, and I believe all of that, from him in the Survivor Series match, being the lone survivor, him looking like the strongest member of the Shield, all his successes and all that, I think all of it was leading up to this moment, so that Reigns goes ahead and faces off against Brock and takes the title from Brock. Now, okay, maybe not from Survivor Series. I don't think back then they knew that Brock was going to be Taker at WrestleMania, no. But I think at that point they were, setting up Roman to eventually win the title. And with Reigns, beating Daniel Bryan at Fastlane, and despite the crowd turning on him, because if you look at last year, Batista, he had won the Rumble, but the crowd turned on him in a big way. They were booing Batista even though he was a face. So, things got adjusted accordingly, so Batista turned heel. Daniel Bryan, the fan favorite, ended up being placed in the main event and ended up winning the championship. But this year, despite the fans, not, I guess, agreeing or, not really accepting Reigns as the guy that's going to face Brock for the title, he still won at Fastlane against Daniel Bryan. He's still going to face off against Brock 1-on-1 for the championship at Mania. So I really think that despite Brock staying with the WWE and the crowd not reacting to Reigns as positively as expected, that Reigns is still going to walk out with that championship. It's just, they've been pushing him for a long time now. And like I said, I think it all leads up to Reigns winning the championship, whether Brock, would have stayed or not. Here's the way I look at it. Right now, if Reigns doesn't beat Brock at WrestleMania, then who does? John Cena? Brock's already beaten John Cena like 3 times or something like that. We've seen John Cena versus Brock. Brock won the championship at SummerSlam against John Cena. And then all his following title defenses were all against John Cena and Seth Rollins at the Rumble, including John Cena. And now this is the first one that doesn't involve John Cena. We've already seen Brock versus Cena countless times now, and Brock's being John Cena. And Daniel Bryan? Well, if they wanted Daniel Bryan to beat Brock for the championship, they would have just had Bryan beat Reigns at Fastlane or made it a no contest like I talked about a few moments ago. And The Rock. What does The Rock benefit from, beating Brock Lesnar? Right now, Brock Lesnar is kind of like The Undertaker's undefeated streak. He's the closest thing to Taker and his streak at WrestleMania. Of course, the streak is over, but the guy that broke the streak is Brock Lesnar. And since breaking the streak, he's been on a roll. Nobody's been able to defeat Brock Lesnar. He's looked really dominant. So whoever beats Brock Lesnar gets a huge boost from beating Brock. So what does The Rock benefit from that boost? What does the company benefit from giving that win to The Rock? The first win against the guy that broke the streak. Really nothing. They're not building a new star out of The Rock. He's already a star. And so if Reigns doesn't win the title from Lesnar at Mania, there is one guy, though, I can see winning the championship, taking the championship from the Beast, Brock Lesnar. And that person is Seth Rollins. He's the Money in the Bank holder. He's Mr. Money in the Bank, so he can cash that in at any time. Now, I don't think Seth Rollins is going to cash in the briefcase at WrestleMania. But if Brock does retain, then I think there's a better chance of Seth Rollins cashing in the briefcase at WrestleMania on Brock rather than Seth Rollins cashing in the briefcase on Roman Reigns after he wins the championship from Brock. What do you guys think? Let's say Seth Rollins cashes in at Mania. Do you guys think he cashes in against Roman Reigns, who wins the championship, or he cashes in against Brock, who retains the championship? Whatever happens, I'm interested in the main event, whether Reigns wins, or Brock retains, or Seth cashes in, or The Rock makes an appearance to set up a match at WrestleMania 32. I want to see what happens. But With that said, I'm sticking with Reigns. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm out. See ya.